and welcome back to Ozarks Live. As you guys know, I've been heading out into the Ozarks to see what unique stories I can share with you all. And well, I have another unique story to share with you today. I got to head out to Willard and talk with Rachel West of Eating the Ozarks to see what plants are in our backyards that we're completely overlooking and mistaking for weeds. There's a lot more to those greens than we think. Take a look. I'm with my friend Tiffany again, and she has led me out to Willard, Missouri on another adventure.
This is Rachel West. I am a forager, and so we forage our yard and we forage the forest and any fields that we can find that haven't been sprayed, that we have neighbors that share with us.
So what we're doing today, we wanted to go over Missouri edibles. We wanted to do something a little special and show you what you might have in your own yard that is available to eat.
Yeah, she gave me some tea. I have no idea what's in it.
That is summer savory.
Okay.
And so I'll walk you over here to the side yard, and then right here we have a trail that opens to a big meadow that we actually refer to as mint meadow, and it's just solid summer savory.
I've seen stuff in my yard, and I'm like, I think that's edible, but I'm not sure.
Oh, this morning we did a count, and we had like 32 that right here around the perimeter that I could show you that we use and do. And so one of the things is like, so I have these smoked wild greens. And so this is could be lamb's quarter, it could be wild garlic that we found, it could be plantain right here that I just put on the smoker.
Kill in their yard, right? I mean, honestly,
a lot of people.
Broadleaves that you would think wouldn't go. I mean,
I like to be thinking that there's a lot of people now that are into looking. Well, no, they're looking at ways to either preserve bees and butterflies just as much as the natural environment, and so. Yeah, but a lot of people do still spray. They think that it's weeds. Plantain was actually brought here by the Europeans as both food and medicine. And so it wasn't just 600, 700 years ago that this wasn't even here on this continent. And yet it just does so very well here, and it is food and medicine. You can make a really, really easy like salve or poultice right here if you have a child that gets bit by a stinging ant or a wasp. You can just roll it around in your hand, and then you can push that poultice right there on the spot, and it'll immediately help with the inflammation as well as the sting, if the sting is caused by formic acid. It's a natural, like how baking soda is with vinegar. So I have some potatoes that I roasted, and good old cast iron skillet potatoes. Those are actually cheated. I baked them in the oven at 425 to get them really crispy.
So tell me what's in these potatoes.
So what's the purple? Those are redbud. So we have the redbud tree is right here behind us, and then we have another one on flanking the other side. So I can dehydrate these. I can add them to the top of like say beautiful deviled eggs, or we can.
I love that.
And then that's just the smoked greens, a little salt, and then the redbuds just for that. But that the smoked greens can be a combination of just about anything that you have that's available to you. I just smoke them on the smoker, and then I throw them in the dehydrator.
I taste that smoky flavor. It's delicious.
So you need a dehydrator, and you need a smoker, and cast iron. That's the grocery list.
And then there is a little bit of redbud jelly here, and I can put a little bit of that in your bowl. Okay. If you want to dip a potato.
Oh, I do.
We can.
So what else is in this besides our buds?
Sugar and pectin and a little bit of lemon juice.
Okay, so tell me about the redbud jelly, this redbud jelly, because I tried to, my daughter-in-law during quarantine, we tried to make redbud jelly and we just couldn't get it to set.
Okay, so if you don't get it to set, it's an issue with your temperature and your pectin usually, and it's when you add your pectin. So, and don't get me lying to you, because I would have to read the package myself, but I do know that liquid versus powder, the liquid, one of the other has to be added before the boil, and one is added after the boil. So it might be when you're adding it. I know I have the perfect flour jelly recipe, this one that you're trying here. I have on my website, Eating the Ozarks, under recipes. So you can just click there and you can follow that, and you can follow that with for violet flowers, for any roses. In anything that you have available to you, you can follow that recipe and you can have.
To make some of this.
Yes.
This is incredible.
Thank you so much for having us out, and now I'm not so anxious to kill those
amazing.
weeds in my yard.
I'm glad to hear that. That's why I educate. That's my favorite thing ever to hear.
We really enjoyed being here today, and we hope that you have time to step out in your yard this week and take a peek at what's growing, because it's really amazing what we have here in the Ozarks.